Hey folks, it's Tim. It's Saturday, it's the 4th, and I'm wearing a uniform. Meh, gotta work for a few hours, no big deal. Shame my camera hadn't been on because you missed the most awesome of all cell phone catches because both of my cameras are dead because I'm dumb. So I'm trying to rig my tripod to work with this camera, and my cell phone doesn't really have a mount per se, so I've got it precariously balanced right above a sink full of water, and it tumbled and I bobbled. It's cool. It's still, we're good. Today we're going to use R89. It's got a blade in it. Let me see if I can tell what it is. It's an Astra. Use this is oh crap, Penhaligon's English Fern in a dish that I found at an antique shop. Actually, pretty sweet little lid for it, and it says something on the back of it. From an almanac of 12 sports, blah blah blah. But I thought it was cool, and that puck fits in there very well. We're going to use a Turkish horsehair brush, which is soaking. I've just taken a shower, did my Noxzema thing, and deposited a bit of glycerin into this bowl. So I did the Noxzema thing, I got out, and because it takes me so darn long to get around really, get ready to make these videos, I threw some Parasso on my face. Let's see. And there's a minute, and I've got a silly amount of kind of sudsy proto-lather. This stuff loves being loaded wet. The Marco's method seems to work very well with it. It's not a great soap, it's the veggie formulation. I'm going to see how it acts with a little bit of glycerin in it. It works well. It really does, but it's not worth the price of admission. I just bought that as a refill puck at a Penhaligon store. I want to say it was like 30 bucks. So it was probably, if I had to guess, somewhere around 20 pounds. Which is a lot, but man, the smell, oh, the smell is so good. And if you load it really, really wet for a fairly short amount of time, I found ideally with a bore brush, we're talking about a 20-second load with a brush that you don't even think about letting any water get out of. Do that over your lather bowl, and then add just a little bit more water still. You would get a really, really super slick lather. Not the cushioniest, but pretty slick. Certainly not worth of all of the griping I've seen online in reviews of it. But this may be a tweak to the veggie formulation. I don't know. Never bothered looking up, lot numbers, and batch codes, or any of that sort. So as it's nearly 1 p.m. on a Saturday, I'm a little more awake than normal. Feeling much better. Everybody's awake. I can speak now. Speak in my regular voice. So that's pretty groovy. Having said all of that, I really haven't thought about jack shit to talk about, so we may still have some dead time. I think that needs more water yet. And if it doesn't, we're hosed. I'll just throw a little cream in it. I'm starting to get way more lather. More water. Yeah, I think I should only want 30 seconds. Stuff still is not wet enough yet, and we've got a ton of it. Maybe I shouldn't do my experiments on camera and attach them to a shave. That just makes this longer than it needs to be. And to go even further, I shouldn't really do it on days where I'm trying to get to work. Well, that's what we've got, and I think it, I'll get my face wet and see how this feels. Might need more water yet. Well, just like I remember, not tremendously thick. Not tremendously thick, but man, does it feel slick. I have no idea how well or badly my camera is aimed because the part I'm using to hold it up is blocking my screen. So this looks a bit shit, I'm sorry. I'm gonna blitz through 4 passes. One done. Doesn't feel too bad. It's got a little more cushion than I anticipated, but it's I think it actually still needs more water. I mean, it's not drying out or anything, but number 2, let the doer. Touch more right here because I'm going to come up along there. Yes, this stuff does actually need more water, and I don't have the room in the bowl for it. What are you gonna do? Load less next time. I really do. I think I may, with my regular style razors before for 4 passes. Reason being that there's still extra reduction that gets done on every pass. And for more aggressive razors, I think I'll just stick with dropping with the grain. They get away with 2 well, but for a really great shave, I still seem to get along best with 3 passes to minimize irritation. Get my face real wet. I said I wasn't going to, but screw it, I'm adding water. This stuff just doesn't have the, I don't know what word to use, the body, the stick-togetherness, the constitution of other lathers. It makes it a real pain in the ass to apply with this brush. It's not so noticeable with my other brushes, but this one, excuse me, the epoxy plug in the middle at the base of this knot really makes it prone to sit with that hole in the middle. And with other lathers, they seem to kind of keep that held shut, and this one not so much. Not a knock on lather performance, just the eccentricity of this particular combination. And open that up. That's that cut from, what day was it? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? I don't know. Ow. That wasn't blade, that was the corner of this base. Kind of scraping since it rolled in my fingers. there's your takeaway lesson, dear viewer. Keep a firm grip. Not, you know, pressing in, but a firm lateral something or other. I know I get quite technical. Try to keep up. I have no idea if that sarcasm translated well, so no, I wasn't trying to be a dick. It was sarcasm. Fix that right now. This lather, I remember, when you're starting to approach its peak performance, it's no longer really leaving any residue behind for when you come back over an area. Whereas before I re-wetted this, it was leaving a ridiculous film of leftover lubrication at the slightest hint of water. Would revive. I mean, this is... Let's play with it. I may have to do a week with this stuff, kind of like I did with Mitchell's, to really learn it, or relearn it. I might change the way I do my rotation. Instead of just stumbling in and picking a razor based on mood and growth, I might just stick with one for a week, unless some shit pops up and I do have to shave really, really fast and I need to bust out the R41 or the slant. And kind of do the same with my fragrances. That way I can speak more intelligently about them instead of going, "Durr, it smells nice." Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you like what you like. Hey, listen everybody, it's a C5. Most annoying engines on the planet. If you've ever heard one at a full takeoff tilt, or being trimmed on the trim pad a couple hundred yards from your office, they have this weird oscillating whine when they're wound up. They're incredibly annoying. No offense to C5 guys who love them, but no thanks. That was a good catch. Whew. Almost got expensive. Sorry. Let me just smear this around. It's starting to dry out. Well, it's Saturday. I'm not going to chase too much. This is taking longer than I'd hoped. I almost killed my phone twice. And this lather, although serviceable, isn't quite up to the job. Not of, buffing in my general example of shit you shouldn't do. I'm not in this to be a rebel or a rule breaker or the bad boy of shaving or any kind of Springer bullshit like that. It's just what works for me, and my God, I did not get very close down there or up here. Which is one thing I do kind of, now that I think about it, remember about this soap is it wasn't the closest shave. When you have it just shy of how much water it wants, it's actually a ridiculously comfortable shave, but it's not nearly as close as it should be. Alright, this is the way through. I'll pick a cologne. I've not worn Old Spice in a while. Let's do that. Ooh, which means Old Spice on the face. This is just about the litmus test of how stupid were you with your razor. Because if anything's gonna make you cry, it'll be Old Spice. Nope, that's a bit of alright. Not too bad at all. And I need a moisturizer. L'Oreal, why not? Yeah. I was gonna go for L'Occitane instead, but it just takes too long. This stuff's really thick. There we go. A little bit of this cologne. Anywhere else? Well, a little more down here. Why not? It's Saturday. I'm not really working with anybody. I can be that guy for once. Groovy, there it is. Thanks for coming along, kids. Sorry it got so shaky. And until next time, have some great shaves. Take care. And where's the button? Where's the button?